Hi, this is Majin. Here's my comic pull list for July 26, 2017. Now, before I go into the pull list, I wanted to talk about a couple things first. First on the agenda is 1 million BC Avengers. Now, for those of you who don't know, this all ties into that legacy generations nonsense, and it's the first Avengers team. There's Odin, there's Starbrand, there's Phoenix, there's Iron Fist, Black Panther, and Ghost Rider. Now, here's the thing I was thinking. Okay, now what really started to get me was when I saw these who these characters were going to be. I'm like thinking to myself, do you not have any other ideas that you have to basically just reskin current characters? I think it's kind of ridiculous that Marvel, the House of Ideas, can't come up with new ideas. 1 million BC Avengers is not a new idea. All you're doing is you're reskinning what you sell currently. And this team makes absolutely no sense. Like, for an example, if you saw today, they released some pictures. There's Black Panther and Starbrand. And Starbrand looks like the Hulk. So it's like you basically have Thor, Black Panther, and the Hulk on your team. Phoenix from the X-Men. None of this makes any sense whatsoever. Like, why would there be the spirit of the Black Panther at 1 billion BC? That doesn't make sense. And then on top of that, it's like why is the Phoenix even there fighting with the Avengers, so to speak? It doesn't make any sense whatsoever. This is like the one time where they could have said, okay, look, we can really go crazy. Okay, now granted, I get it. You have to have something to ground people with. So, for example, I'd be okay with Odin. I'd be okay with Starbrand, because Starbrand at least was like this protector of the universe, the concept, and he's supposed to be around forever. So those are fine. But why is Iron Fist there? Why is Ghost Rider there? Why is Black Panther there? Create new characters for once. To me, that would have been more interesting to want to pick up, to learn who these people are, versus, oh, that's just Iron Fist, that's just Black Panther. To me, it just seems like, for an example, you're playing Overwatch and you just spent money on some new skins. That's what it felt like. It's just completely ridiculous, and it just drives me crazy. The second thing is Secret Empire, the new one that came out, where they had the revelation of the foretelling of the future, where Miles Morales was holding Captain America, and he had the big thing going through his chest. Now, of course, the spoiler here. Now, of course, that didn't happen, that scene. The scene kind of happened, but, Miles was holding Cap, he was unconscious. There was a piece of his shield sticking on the ground, with a point up, and all Miles had to do is just let go of the body, and then he would have been impaled. But that never happened. Champions come in, they're like, oh my god, Miles, what are you doing? And then they all get arrested. And I'm thinking, right now you just invalidated everything about Civil War II. Everything, every possible reason why they fought was just completely invalidated. You made Carol even more of a, bitch because of what she was doing. You should have, they could have still worked around it. What they should have done was they should have had another superhero or villain or whatever shoot a laser or energy beam or whatever at Miles, hit him, so he drops the body, and the body falls into the shield, piercing him. Then that vision is complete. It kind of goes back to Captain Marvel saying, hey, maybe she was right. Maybe they should have done something done a little extra to protect Cap. You could still have Miles get arrested. You can still have champions get arrested. Miles now has to deal with the guilt of he potentially killed Captain America. Now, at the same time, this is comic book, so Hydra could have just swooped in and cured him, in the next issue. So it wouldn't have been a problem to easily fix. But they took away such an important part of the story, which could have taken it into an entirely different direction, a more interesting direction, because now you have to deal with Miles with guilt. Now Miles is going, see, I'm fine. Nothing happened. Granted, he might still say, well, geez, I could have killed Cap, but I didn't. The whole vision was the key. And in my opinion, they fucked it up royally. They ruined it yet again because they don't want to take chances. They want to do, they'll take stupid chances like Captain America is a Hydra agent, but they won't take it that step further and then cause a little bit more danger, so to speak, in their world. Even though they're killing characters right and left, that would have been a moment where people would have been talking about it online. The fact that you don't even have to save Captain America until the next issue. Just the fact that people would have been talking. But anyways, let's get on with the pull list. We have Curse Words, the trade. Volume 1. Shirtless Bear Fighter number 2. Now, I will say this about this book. The creative team has watched One Punch Man, because this is their attempt at One Punch Man. It's basically, there's a guy, he beats bears up, he punches them, he kicks them, and as you can see, they go flying. There's carnage, massive carnage, and there's a little bit of humor. He goes to Chicago, and he's fighting the bears. He goes to New York, and he's fighting teddy bears. New Orleans, they're drinking. So there's a little bit of humor. But at the same time, I'm just like, okay, this is just One Punch Man. Besides that, the book was kind of funny. The art's fine. I'll probably pick up the next one because it was more entertaining than anything Marvel would have put out. So I can at least applaud that. Plastic, number 4 by Image. Lots of death. Lots of carnage. The poor man is still looking for his girlfriend. But yet he has an accepting woman in the car who's willing to do whatever he wants. And I don't mean that in that kind of way, but I mean to help him get his girlfriend back. Great story, though. I'm not going through it because any page could lead to trouble. Exo Manowar, number 5. I have not read this one yet. Cannibal, number 7. Have not read this yet. BPRD, The Devil You Know, number 1. Have not read this yet. Detective, Batman Comics, 961. If we get a little bit more flashback, and between Bruce and Zartana's relationship, we see Bruce meeting Ra's al Ghul for the first time. And it's mostly dealing with Azrael, and he's basically has an internal conflict. And while he's got that going on, there's shenanigans flying around outside Gotham. And what gets me is there's these robot things, and then there's going, hey, Gotham is just full of trouble. There's drug dealers, there's abusive people, and I'm just going, they're acting like Gotham City is the only city in the world. It's why are they just so laser pinned focused on Gotham? It's just beyond me. But besides that, the art was good, the story was okay. There wasn't any real, there was some fighting, but there wasn't a lot of it. I'm still on board, so that part's good. Action Comics 984. Well, we find out Zod's true plans. He's not really looking to raise an army. He's looking for something more intimate. Superman, of course, is cured of blindness by going into the Phantom Zone, and it's just it's one of those don't trust Zod, because don't trust villains in general because they're all going to betray you type thing. And I don't know. It to me this was a little anticlimactic because you're expecting this big punching, fighting event based on what you see on the cover, but you really don't get this big event. There's a little fighting, but not a lot of it. And I know, granted, look, I'm putting a very high expectation on this. I guarantee there's people who are just, fanboying all over this. But I think that there's a little they left a little off the table, and there's a little less meat that there should have been. And I think this book, or this series, Revenge, could have been stuff of legend, but it's not, because the fight between both sides wasn't that great. And it's like, what are you gonna do? You're gonna put them back together again? And it's like, oh well, we've already seen it before. So I think it's a lot of wasted effort. All right, Suicide Squad. I don't know why. Oh. Basically, Amanda is going to be tasked with policing the metahumans and bringing them in. The government secret organizations realize they can't just kill the metahumans. So what they're going to do is they're going to start kidnapping them and arresting them. And, of course, the first one on the list is Batman, and then Killer Frost. I don't know why. Why do I put myself through this? I just don't know. The art is always unpredictable. It's been good, it's been bad. Actually, you know what I think we should really take note of? JR left this book, and he left this book pretty darn quick. And I think that is a key indicator what we all should have done a long time ago. Flash number 27. Such a heartbreaking issue. It's a story of two lovers. They love each other a lot. They just don't understand how deep their love is for each other. And the main problem we have here is, one person is keeping secrets, the other person is needy, and they just can't see eye to eye. So what happens is, anytime you get a relationship where two loving couples who really want the best for each other but yet can't commit to each other, it starts to break down and mothers get killed. And that, unfortunately, is what I got out of this book. And as you can see at the very end here, you have a very devastated Barry Allen, because he is deeply, deeply saddened that the love of his life, the man who wears yellow, the man who got speed so he can get Barry to notice him, the man who is willing to do anything just to spend quality time with Barry, and all Barry wants to do is be a superhero and not give this person the attention that he needs. And I don't think he's asking for much, just quality time together. But apparently Barry's too good for that. Cannot offer him what he needs. And that is what this book is about, right there. Anyways, if you have any comments or questions, let me know. Like, share. Let me know what you guys think about 1 Million BC Avengers. What you guys are liking the most out of this week's books. We'll have more stuff later. And until next time.